So just following on from me being mugged and my phone being stolen, the other night I'm walking home and there's a group of drunk guys and I just think, oh, they're gonna pass me by. And then one of the guys in the group motions like he's going to grab me. And all the guys stop walking and all turn to face me as if they're going to grab me, as in they literally spread their arms out as if going to literally hold me. And I freeze and I shudder. I don't even speak. My body goes into freeze and I just stand there and I shudder for like a good 5 seconds and then they all walk off laughing. And that was when I realized that, oh, I'm a bit more shaken up about this than I realized. And I was trying to power through, I was even thinking, oh, maybe I should just come back to YouTube. Oh, it's not that deep, but it is. I think these are things that I need to address before I come back for real. I suppose this is just a little diary check-in for me because YouTube is my online personal diary, and I'm gonna try and be okay. I think right now the thing that I'm struggling with is trusting in God, because I said in my first video that I hope God blesses the man who stole my phone. And the reason I said that is because I cannot wish bad on someone and I don't want my heart to fall into hatred and bitterness. And so I had to reaffirm something positive out loud so that my heart would not fall into that trap of anger and bitterness towards the man who stole my phone. And I'm trying to, Jesus said, love your enemies and pray for them that despitefully use you. And I need to practice what I preach. I did a whole Bible study session on my channel, and that was one of the scriptures that I talked about in Luke. And I feel like maybe this is an opportunity for me to see how deep the depths of my forgiveness truly can go. But this is me being honest. That's where I'm struggling right now, is trying to understand how this is all a part of God's plan. But that's the thing, it's not gonna make sense right now, and maybe in 2 weeks time and 3 weeks time I'll watch back this video and I'll be like, that's why it happened. It made no sense to me at the time, but in the future I have to have faith. That's what having faith is. I have to hope that this will all make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, that's why you have to trust in God. And so maybe this is an opportunity to actually put what I say to the test. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to actually live out the things that I believe in. But that's where I am now. I'm navigating how I feel, and how I feel both personally and how I feel in my relationship with God. And this is 5 days after I got mugged, and 1 day after those guys pretended to scare me. And maybe I'll see you in a few weeks. Maybe this will be a standalone clip. But this is part 1 of me feeling okay. This is a horrible angle because this mirror is gonna annoy me. But anyways, hi guys. Today's the 4th of April. It's a Thursday, so whatever day that is. And it's been about 3 weeks since my phone got taken and I had that encounter with men. In my last video, I think I was very existential about the whole thing, and I realized that I have figured it out. And the simple answer is, I'm never gonna understand, and I'm never gonna know why I had to go through these things. And I realized I was so fixated on wanting to know why, everything happens for a reason. So why did this happen? Why did this happen to me? And I was racking my brain and I was blaming myself and I was turning to God why me type thing. And I realized that I don't get to know the answers because I'm not God. God is God. And if I truly have faith, and if I truly believe that God is in control and that God knows where my life is going and that He is with me always, if I truly believe those things, then this happening shouldn't make me question who's in charge, because I'm not in charge. That's what giving your life to Christ means. You take away the need to know why things happen, and you accept that if God is in control, everything will work together for your good. And it's something that took me a long time to realize, but I was like, no, it will never make sense to me. I will never understand. And even if I do, my understanding might be something that my brain makes up to try and to make myself feel better about it. But I will never know, because I'm not God. God knows. God is sitting there like, this girl doesn't realize it, but those videos that she lost, the new drive that's in her, the videos she's going to make from this, they are going to be a turning point. But I don't know that right now. God knows that. I might come back to YouTube, it might be a flop, and I might really realize like, yo, maybe I should just focus on making content that makes me happy and not care about the numbers. I don't know what the reason is, and I don't know what the purpose is. I'm never going to know what the reason is. I'm never going to know what the purpose is. And that's okay, because I trust in God, not in myself, not in my own understanding. I trust in God. And I think this is a very much, it's an example for me to practice what I preach. Like, I trust in God, yeah. I have faith in God, yeah. But can I still have my faith when I don't understand and when it doesn't make sense? Can I still believe that He knows what's best for me when I don't know what He's doing? Because I think as well, I have such a need to control and plan. I find it so ironic that I lost my content at a stage in my YouTube career where I had planned out all my content. Never before have I ever filmed content in advance. Never before have I ever planned content. And it felt like me doing that was almost me trying to beat the curve, if that makes sense. Like, that was me trying to pre-plan and prepare myself for what I thought was inevitably me gonna be stressing, like, oh my God, I have exams, I can't post. But it's like the Bible says, don't worry about tomorrow, because that has enough anxiety for itself, you know. And then now maybe I'm thinking like, maybe maybe my pre-planning took away the space for God to have an influence. Maybe my pre-planning took away the room for spontaneity and my natural creativity to come through. And maybe my pre-planning was gonna make YouTube into a routine and too restricted. I don't know, and I don't have to know, and I'm never gonna know, and it's never gonna make sense to me, because God knows, and that makes sense to me, and that is what I have realized. So whatever the outcome of the next few months is, whatever this year brings me, I trust in God, and that's all I need to know. Guys, I'm literally crashing out, yeah. How did I film my little, God's in control, we don't know why anything happens, and then literally the day after this decides to happen? I posted a short, right? And it's now my most viewed short on YouTube. And it's the first video I did since my YouTube disappearance, since my YouTube break. I just had a real idea. I thought, let me post it. And I was like, yeah, let's post it on YouTube too. And now it's my most viewed short. And I feel like God's low-key giving me a little giggle. And He's low-key laughing at me. And He's low-key like, look at what I do when you choose to not hold on to everything so tightly. Look at what I do when you let go and give it to me. So If this is a lesson to any of you guys, it's that give God control and trust that he will work. When you give him the control, when you let go of what you want it to be and how you want it to be, and you give it to God, he will work. Anyway, you guys, I'll be back with my regular posting schedule. And yeah, I feel like I'm ready to relaunch my channel. So I'll see you very soon with some more content.